Jai Hind, my dear students. Welcome to the new lesson. In this video, you are going to learn about accounting ratios, the next chapter from part B of our accountancy. Accounting ratio is another important tool of financial analysis. Around 15 ratios we have to learn, simple calculations, and it is based on the analysis of financial statement, maybe balance sheet or the statement of profit and loss. You will learn in detail how we are using the different ratios for arriving at very important decisions by the management. Let us learn about what is the concept of accounting ratio. Accounting ratio. You know very well, ratio shows the arithmetical relationship between two values, two mathematical figures. Accounting ratio shows the relationship between different items in the financial statement. So every time keep in mind the meaning of the term, what is ratio and accounting ratio. A ratio is a mathematical number calculated as a reference to show the relationship of two or more items in the financial statement. It may be a fraction, a proportion, a percentage, or sometimes it is shown as times. Accounting ratios show the relationship between different items in the financial statement. Either it may be from the balance sheet or it may be from the profit and loss statement. So keep in mind the concept. We have to learn in detail why we are learning the calculation of accounting ratio. The objectives of ratio analysis. It's very important. Sometimes there will be objective type questions. So you are answerable. Listen my words carefully. Go through the slide also. First one, to know the areas of the business which need more attention. Actually, the use of ratio helps to conduct a detailed depth analysis of all the items, weak areas of the organization. So, through analysis, ratio analysis, we can identify the weak points where we have to give more attention. And it helps to know about the potential areas which can be improved through further managerial decisions. Also, it provides a deeper analysis of the profitability, solvency, liquidity, etc. related to the performance of the organization. Around four categories are there as accounting ratio. So, you will learn in detail as we will learn the different families of accounting ratio. So, it will be based on the profitability. It helps to know the profitability of the organization, net profit ratio, gross profit ratios we will learn, and solvency ratio shows the ability of the firm to pay the liability, debt equity ratio, total asset to debt ratio, that type of ratios we will learn, and liquidity ratios are there. Only two ratios like current ratio and liquid ratio we will learn in detail. Like that, turnover ratios, lot of ratios are there, which helps to conduct a deeper analysis of the financial performance of the organization. And yet another objectives include to provide information for making cross-sectional analysis by comparing the performance with the best industrial standards. We can compare our organization's performance with current year and the previous year, or we can compare the performance from other firms also. And it provides information derived from financial statements useful for making projections and estimates for the future. So based on the values ratios, the management can take future decisions. They can make the planning better. So these are the objectives of our topic, ratio analysis. We will learn in detail different ratios which are used by the managers to take the important decision. Before that, what are the advantages? What are the advantages available for conducting the ratio analysis to the firm? First one is it helps in understanding efficiency of decisions. You know very well, every performance of the organization, every year's performance shows the planning and managerial decisions of the top level. So, when we get the best results through the ratio analysis, it helps to make it very clear whether the decision is better or not, whether it needs more improvement or not, like that. So, that is one advantage. And another one, it simplifies the complex figures and establish the relationship. Lot of values will be there when we calculate a simple ratio. For example, when we consider the current ratio, it shows the relation between current asset and current liability. Lot of items are there as current asset and current liability. We will find out the ratio using the equation current asset by current liability. So using that ratio, we can find out whether the firm is able to pay the, suppose we are getting 2:1 is the ratio, current ratio. That shows we have two current assets to pay one liability. So that simplifies the whole data. The large size amounts will be minimized into a simple fraction. So that is the support given by ratio analysis. So that is another benefit, and it is helpful in comparative analysis. You know very well, comparative analysis is very important. The firm can compare their current year performance with the previous year, or they can compare their performance with the other firms also. So through the ratios, it is very simple. They can analyze and compare their performance with some other standards. And that is another advantage. And it helps for the identification of problem areas in the business organization. It helps for identifying the weak areas where we need to give more concentration in the future era. So that is also possible with the calculation of different ratios in accounting. And it helps for SWOT analysis. SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, threats. Strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. What are the strengths of the firm? What are the weak areas of the firm? What are the different opportunities available in the future? What are the threats that we will face in future? All that things can be analyzed through the support of ratios, accounting ratios. So, and the last advantages that shows, it helps for the various comparison already noted. Again, I am repeating, various comparison means you can compare our own performance with a lot of criteria, past year's performance or with other organization performance in detail. So my dear students, keep in mind these are the advantages of ratio analysis. We are going to learn in detail the different ratios coming in. You have to study around 15 ratios as per our syllabus. So let us start the journey of learning accounting ratio. So my dear students, the first family I would like to invite the liquidity ratio. Normally four categories are there: liquidity ratios, solvency ratios, activity or turnover ratio, and profitability ratios. First of all, we are going to discuss and solve problem to get the interaction and hands-on experience regarding liquidity ratios. So liquidity ratio, you know very well the meaning of the term liquidity. Liquidity shows the ability of the firm to convert its current asset into cash within 1 year, within a period of maximum 1 year. So the ratios, liquidity ratios, helps the firm to identify the ability, the liquidity position of the firm. Liquidity ratios are calculated to measure the short-term solvency of the business. Short-term solvency means the ability of the firm to pay the current liability of the organization. and they are using the amount of current asset, maybe directly or by converting them as cash and cash equivalents. And the two ratios included in the liquidity ratios are current ratio and liquid ratio. Current ratio and liquidity or liquid or quick ratio. We can use the term current ratio and quick ratio or liquid ratio. And moving to the first one, current ratio. Current ratio, it is calculated to identify the ability of the firm to meet the current liability within the available amount of current asset. So it shows the relationship between current asset and current liability, and it can be calculated using the equation current ratio is equal to current asset by current liability. So my dear students, keep in mind current asset divided by current liability. We have to find out the total of current asset by adding all the items coming in the current asset, and also we have to find the total of current liability. Then keep in mind we can face an objective type question from this area. Normally seven objective type questions are there in part B. We can face around two or three questions from accounting ratio. So what is the ideal? Ideal means a standard current ratio. 2:1 is the ideal current ratio. Why it is so? Keep in mind that indicates current asset is there to pay one current liability. If we are getting a value of 2:1 after calculating the current ratio, that shows the firm have the ability to pay one current liability, means maybe a rupee one current liability with a rupee two current asset. So keep in mind we are going to learn what are the items to be taken into consideration while calculating the value of current asset. So don't forget the equation, don't forget the criteria or an ideal current ratio. So keep in mind what are the items included in current asset. It includes current investment, inventory, trade receivable. It includes the sub items like debtors and bills receivable. Cash and cash equivalents include cash in hand, cash at bank, etc. And short-term loans and advances. Other current items, current assets like prepaid expenses, advanced tax, and accrued income. All these items are coming under the category current asset. So the total of current asset we can find out by adding current investment, inventory, debtors, bills receivable, short-term loans and advances, prepaid expenses, advanced taxes, accrued income. So remember, and how we can find out the value of current liability. There we have to identify the items like creditors, bills payable, short-term borrowings, other current liabilities may be outstanding expenses, income received in advance, short-term provisions. All these things are considered as current liability. So keep in mind, whenever you are getting a question, you have to identify what are the items to be considered for finding the total of current asset and current liability. So shall we start to solve one problem? So keep your mind maximum concentrated in solving problems, and give maximum importance for your values. How you can identify the items, different items, how you can find out the value of ratio, all that things you have to keep in mind. So here is the question. From this data we have to find out the value of current ratio. Just look at that. Inventory is there, trade receivable, advanced tax is there, cash and cash equivalents, trade payable, short-term borrowings. So you have to identify what are the current asset and current liability. So inventory and trade receivable, advanced tax, cash and cash equivalents are coming under current asset. Trade payable and short-term borrowings are coming under current liability. So you have to find the total of current assets separately. When we write the working notes, we have to show it. So the solution will be like this, and please note it in your notebook. First of all, you just write the equation. Current ratio is equal to current asset by current liability. Current asset can be calculated by adding the items like inventory, trade receivable, advance taxes, and cash and cash equivalents. So the total will be 50,000, 50,000 plus 4,000 plus 30,000 plus. So these four items will get the value of current asset 1,34,000. And the current liability, it includes trade payable plus short-term borrowings, 1 lakh plus 4,000, 1 lakh 4,000. And we are applying that values in the equation, current asset divided by current liability, 1,34,000 divided by 1,04,000, we will get 1.29 is to 1. 1.29 is to 1. That is not good for the firm. That ratio shows it is not good for the firm. Minimum there will be 2 current asset. 2 is to 1 will be the minimum. 2 current asset must be there to pay the amount of current liability rupees 1. Here it is very low, 2.29. So it is not good for the, it shows lower liquidity position of the organization. I hope it is very clear for you. So we will do more problems. Moving to the next item, there you have to remember the quick ratio, concept of quick ratio. I already listed 2 important ratios coming under current liquidity ratio are one current ratio, second one quick ratio, or we are using the term liquid ratio, not liquidity, it is liquid ratio. So a small change between current ratio and quick ratio, every time compare the ratios, keep in mind a mind map of difference between these two items, current ratio and quick ratio. So quick ratio shows the relationship between quick asset or liquid asset and current liability. Quick asset and current liability. We are using the equation quick ratio is equal to quick asset divided by current liability. And an ideal quick ratio is always 1:1. That means we need 1 quick asset minimum to pay the 1 current liability. So keep in mind the equation, and when we calculate the quick ratio, we have to calculate the value of quick asset. How we can calculate the value of quick asset? At that time, we will deduct some items. If it is available in the question, we will deduct some items like current asset. From current asset, we will deduct items like advance taxes, prepaid expenses, and inventory. That means current ratio shows the ability of the firm to pay the current liability within 1 year. But quick ratio shows the liquidity of the firm. That means how much possible to convert the current or the quick asset into cash within 1 month. How they are able to pay the short-term liability within a period of 1 month. So we are not able to convert or not need to consider the items like prepaid expenses, advance taxes, and any charges and expenses or the item inventory. We will deduct these items from the total value of current asset to find the value of quick asset. So how we can find the current ratio, quick ratio? Just go through this question. Again, the same question is there. The inventory, trade receivable, advance taxes, cash and cash equivalents, trade payable, short-term borrowings. How we can find out the quick asset? Remember, we are not taking inventory and advance tax. That means from the total value of current asset, you can deduct these two items, or you can find the value of quick asset by adding trade receivable and cash and cash equivalents. So it will be the solution. Quick ratio, we are writing the equation quick asset divided by current liability. Quick asset will be calculated either using the formula already we have calculated the value of current asset 1,34,000. We are deducting the value of inventory and advanced taxes. So 80,000 is the amount of quick asset, and the current liability is what? 1,04,000. So we are directly applying in the equation. 80,000 is quick asset, and divided by the current liability 1,04,000, and 0.77 is to 1. That is the ratio, and this ratio also shows the poor liquidity position of the firm. Minimum 1 is to 1 is the ideal quick ratio needed. My dear students, moving to another problem. You have to listen my words very carefully, because this is an application type question that we can expect maybe for 1 mark or for a 4-mark question. So another question to learn more about the liquidity ratio. Here the values of current ratio and quick ratio is there. 4.5 is to 1 and 3 is to 1. But we have to find out the value of current asset and current liability from the question. Normally we have to find out the value of, we have to calculate the value of what? Current ratio and quick ratio, but they given we have to find out the values of current asset and current liability. Just look at the solution, how we can find out. So you have to use your arithmetical skills maximum. Why? Because the values are very much easy, but sometimes it will confuse you. So try to avoid that confusion by watching the video. If it is not possible to understand, you can comment in my YouTube channel also. So first of all, we are listing the ratios. Current ratio is 4.5 is to 1. Liquid ratio is 3 is to 1. And the value of inventory only given 36,000. We are considering current liability will be X. We are considering current liability will be X. Then current asset, it is 4.5x, because 4.5 is the value of current asset and 1 is the value of current liability. So 4.5x, and liquid asset is 3x, because liquid asset is 3 and the current liability is 1. And inventory, how we are getting the value of inventory? Current asset minus liquid asset. Current asset minus liquid asset, we will get the value of inventory. So we are applying with the assumptions. 36,000 is equal to, that means the value of inventory is equal to current asset 4.5x minus liquid asset 3x. So again we are shortening it. 36,000 is equal to 1.5x. Then we are getting the value of x, that is the value of current liability, 36,000 divided by 1.5. That means value of current liability is 24,000. Then we can directly apply in the equation. Current asset is equal to, you know the equation, current asset is equal to what? What's the equation? The current liability into 4.5. Why? Because current asset is equal to 4.5x. X is the value of current liability. So current assets is 4.5 percentage. So 4.5 into 24,000, 1,08,000 is the value of current asset. And you can find out the value. Here we have calculated the value of current liability 24,000 and the value of current asset. Little bit confusing item, but you have to work it more by changing the values. So in this video lesson, we have discussed about what is accounting ratio, what are the different objectives of calculating accounting ratio, what are the different advantages, and the different families. First one is liquidity ratio. There we have learned the calculation of liquid assets, liquid ratio, and current ratio. Don't forget to do more problems at home. Please watch the whole video, share this video with your friends, and kindly give the comments as valuable suggestions of you to improve my videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you for patient listening, and thank you for the whole day. Have a nice day.